Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching the News at 10, broadcasting on Channels Television, live from Lagos and Abuja. A reminder of our main stories. 21 persons died after an exchange of gunfire following an attempted jailbreak at the Asokoro headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS, in Abuja. The presidency says Nigeria's #1 citizen was out of harm's way, however, throughout the attempted jailbreak at the DSS headquarters. Family of Nigerian student killed in Ghana awaits answers from the Ghanaian government. And Russian and U.S. foreign ministers arrive for talks in Paris on the Ukraine crisis. We'd like to remind you that all our top stories can be found on our website, ChannelsTV.com, and on YouTube.com/ChannelsWeb. To get us on the move, please visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. And you can now interact with the Channels Eyewitness feature on our Android, iOS, and Windows 8 platforms. If you have pictures or videos to share with us, tap on the app on your device, swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and follow the instructions to share your report, pictures, and videos. Now, here are some of the eyewitness reports sent to us. Momentarily, we'll show you an image of a learning condition of some students, according to the sender, at a basic junior secondary school in Okutu-Kutu in Yenagoa in Bayelsa State, Nigeria's south-south region. The picture shows some tough learning conditions where there are no chairs nor desks for students. And from Nigeria's southwestern town of Ijebu-Ode in Ogun State comes this one. It's showing, according to the sender, one out of many refuse heaps in Ijebu-Ode. The sender says this photograph was taken just 24 hours after a sanitation exercise. And in Delta State, in Ovian, is this building that's almost overtaken by flood waters after heavy rainfall. Thank you for these pictures. Do keep them coming. 32 days since the murder of an 18-year-old youth, Godwin Ayogu, at the University of Cape Coast in Ghana, his family in Lagos is yet to come to terms with the loss. Though they say the Nigerian government has intervened, they're yet to receive any positive news on the arrest of any suspect. Neither have they seen pressure on the Ghanaian government to hasten their investigations. Our correspondent, Amarachi Ubani, reports.
The home of the Ayogus is rather quiet these days. A picture of a handsome young man with a promising future welcomes you as you come in. It's been a little more than a month since the 18-year-old son of Mr. and Mrs. Fred Ayogu was murdered in the University of Cape Coast. Understandably, his mother still grieves for him. He was her future, the strength of her youth.
Each time I just sit there and say, God, it's not that Godwin was going to die or that Godwin is dead. I could feel the pain he went through when he was dying. On a good day, if you just mistakenly cut yourself with a knife, you know how you feel the pain, let alone that somebody was stabbed to death, you know. I keep telling God that even if he was to die, stabbing him to death wouldn't have been the best option.
His father still tries to make sense of what happened.
I saw him last September when he was going back. I took him to the bus, to Maiti, where he boarded a bus to Ghana. And since that time, we have been speaking on phone, through phone. Even on that very day he was killed, I called him. That's the last day I spoke to him.
What aches him most is that the university authorities proved nonchalant in trying to find the killer. Same for the Ghanaian police, which had promised to investigate, but had provided no suspects, nor arrested Ayogo's roommate, who had made the call to his father to inform him of his son's demise. Mr. Ayogo considers him the prime suspect.
according to the roommate. If not that God arrested that boy, we may be thinking another thing. He was a person that called us after the embassy had called. The second person that called us here is the roommate. He said that we should take heart. I said, what happened? He said he was killed. I said, what happened? That was on Saturday. He said it was his school fees, that he used this part of the school fees. I used the money to lend to his friends. And each time he asked for the money, they continued threatening his life that they will kill him.
Even his friends cannot understand the motive for the dastardly act.
It's really, saddening to know that he passed on like this, but he's a very quiet guy.
When I heard his sudden demise, I couldn't bear it, as in it was terrible. Even right now, I still feel like he's going to come home someday, but only God knows what happened.
As a nation, we must rise up and say no to these things. Ghana is our next door neighbor. We're supposed to be brothers. We're supposed to be close. So I expect even the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to get up and call his colleague in Ghana and say, hey, what's going on?
The Ayogos are not asking for retaliation and are yet to receive the corpse of their first son. But they do want justice so that other Nigerian students in universities in Ghana do not face the same fate. Amarachi Ubani, Channels Television News.
The Joint Task Force set up by Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano has commenced operations with a raid on criminal hideouts in major markets in the commercial city of Onitsha. About 25 persons were arrested for sundry offences ranging from selling and possession of Indian hemp to armed robbery as well as kidnapping. The Anambra State Commissioner of Police, Usman Gwari, told journalists that the commitment of the Joint Security Task Force to rid the state of crime is total and non-negotiable. Last week, the Anambra State government reiterated its commitment to fight crime in the state by setting up a joint security task force comprising the police, Navy, NDLEA, Army, and officials of the Department of State Security to jointly combat the growing wave of criminal activity across the state. The Joint Task Force gets down to brass tacks with a major operation in the markets and parks around Onitsha, arresting several suspects in the process, with several arms, handsets, machetes, and weeds suspected to be Indian hemp recovered during the raid.
Onitsha, I've been suffering a lot of extortion from all these hooligans. But as God will have, on that fateful day, 23 persons were arrested. Among them, you have 2 females.
Some of those apprehended by the police denied being criminals, as they allege, but one of them, Uchenna Nwafo, admitted being found with Indian hemp.
I open my shop, I they say drink and meat. Okay. As I come, your man come, and then they search everywhere. Then they search the goat away there for my shop. The goat away past my shop. They see Indian hemp there. I don't know who put them because all these people they say Indian hemp for my shop back.
They see me, they call me, then I come. They ask me why I'm here, and I explain to them that I come and eat. They search me. Then when they search me, inside my wallet, they open it, they see Indian hemp there. They saw Indian hemp? They see Indian hemp there. They tell me to join up.
In another operation in Awada area of Onitsha, the JTF also arrested some members of the proscribed Masob, and the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of operations explains the circumstance surrounding their arrest.
The flag they carry indicate that they were members of an outlawed organization, and these states have outlawed Masob, and they have Masob inscriptions on their flag. So they were intercepted at Awada.
They arrested us in a police station. In a police station in Owerri Road where we are buying fuel.
In all, about 25 people were arrested in the 2 separate operations, and the police say this is just the beginning. but asked citizens of Anambra State to help them with intelligence, which it believes will go a long way towards aiding its efficiency, as it hopes to bring crime to its barest minimum. And this news just in, we'd like to quickly take you back to the foiled security breach at the DSS, that's the Department of State Services headquarters in Abuja, next to the presidency. An update on the attempted jailbreak from the Deputy Director, Public Relations, Marilyn Orga of the Department of State Services, where it is said, following our earlier releases, it has been established that 18 casualties were recorded, while 2 service personnel sustained serious injuries. 3 other detainees who sustained gunshot injuries during the incident have also died. Meanwhile, investigations are ongoing to ascertain the immediate and remote causes. Any other detail will be communicated. End of quote. This is from Marilyn Orga, Deputy Director, Public Relations, Department of State Services.